Hey everybody, I'm Madalyn Sklar, the founder of GoGirlsMusic.com, because chicks rock. We started back in 1996. It's been a long, long road. We took a few years off, but we wanted to come back with a little live stream show in honor of South by Southwest, which normally we would be doing this month. I'm wearing my Invasion of the Go Girls t-shirt in honor. We used to make these. This is from the shirt's from 2006. Anyway, I brought some of our fabulous members of our Go Girls community, and we're going to have some fun today. I'm going to do little mini interviews with them. We're going to play some of their music videos. So it's going to be a 2-hour window of fun. Feel free to comment, chat with us. Hopefully you'll discover some great new music. So welcome, everybody. So good to see all these great faces here. How are y'all doing?
Hey, good.
Good to see y'all. Thanks.
I mean, you all been part of Go Girls for a long time, and you know, a community that's been around. I can't believe I'm going to say this, 25 years. I feel so old. And y'all have all been a great part of this community. And what a lot of people don't know is that we've been kind of doing this little private members only live stream for almost 2 years now. And y'all have been like coming on every week with me and hanging out and chatting. And we've been talking about a live stream show for quite some time. So here we are, our inaugural 2021 live stream show. So we're going to have a lot of fun today. So real quick, you know, plenty of people might be watching this going, I don't even know who anybody is here. So how about just real quick, everybody just introduce themselves real fast. We'll start with Steph.
Okay, I'm the Steph Pappas Experience. How's everybody doing out there? We'd love to see some of your comments and stuff. Go Girls member for a long time.
Yeah, you were like one of the original. You're like OG Go Girls for sure back in the 90s. And we got Dan and Faith with us.
Yep, we are Dan and Faith, Charlestown, New Hampshire, and we are very psyched to be involved in the reboot of Go Girls.
Absolutely.
The invasion.
And y'all are like the techiest of the Go Girls, which I love. So always love having y'all here. And we've got Joan from Jessie Rae. Hey, Joan.
Hi, I'm Joan, and I'm from Portland, Oregon, now living in Vancouver. And I've been a Go Girl elite from back in the 90s as well. And I'm happy to be here.
So thrilled to have you. And we got Laura Payne here. Hey, Laura.
Hey, Madalyn. Thanks for everything, bringing us together again. Missed it. Laura Payne. I'm a bassist guitarist, all-time music lover since I was a kid. Used to be the chapter leader for the Go Girls San Diego chapter. So great to see we're spinning things up again. Thank you.
Awesome. Well, it's so great seeing you all here. So we're going to chat with each one of these artists individually. We're going to start with Harriet, or actually Harriet, your turn. Hi, Harriet.
Okay. I'm Harriet Schock, and I'm a latecomer to the Go Girls, although I always knew who they were, but I somehow didn't know about the meetings or anything. So the last year or so, I've really become active, and I'm so excited that we're doing this inaugural showcase. And thanks to Madalyn for that and everything else.
Well, it's just been an honor having you as part of our Go Girls community. You do some amazing things in your career. So I'm going to move everybody down but Harriet. So we're going to start with Harriet first and chat with her a little bit, play some of her music, and we'll bring the other artists back on, and we're just going to have a whole lot of fun here. So Harriet, before we play your first song, tell everybody a little bit about you and your music. What should people know?
Well, gosh, I don't know. There's too much about me on the internet already, but I'll just say that I've been doing this for around 40 years, and I've made 7 albums as an artist. And I have a band that is all women except my bass player. I have cello, flute, violin, backup singer Andrea Ross Green, and I play keyboard. And then Joe Lamano is our token man. But we have a wonderful time, and we will be in the movie that's hopefully being made about me and my career. So it's called Hollywood Town, the Harriet Schock Story. And as soon as Los Angeles opens up, we can have the show that the movie is based on. It's a documentary.
That's going to be awesome. I cannot wait. Oh my gosh, super excited. So tell everybody, just give us one word that would best describe Go Girls to you.
I think varied, V-A-R-I-E-D, varied. Everybody does something else. It's all different kinds of music, and it's everyone plays like different instruments. It's so interesting to me to see all this varied music.
I love that. That is a great way to describe it. So we're going to play a song from you. It's called Over and Over and Over. Anything that you want to tell us about before we start?
Just that it was inspired by my upstairs neighbors, and I introduced it in the video, but I think their daughter, Dorothy, is watching, so a shout out to her.
Awesome. Well, here you go. We're going to play Harriet's song. Hope you enjoy it. Keep those comments coming. We'll pop them up from time to time, give you guys a little love, and here we go.
I'd like to start with a song that I wrote about my upstairs neighbors when I first moved in to the duplex where I live. I was worried that I was making too much noise, so they invited me up for fruit. And I thought, well, they're in their 90s. I want to know what they eat. They eat fruit, Anyway, so I went up there, and they were so positive about everything in their lives, their children, their grandchildren, their pets. And I just couldn't believe it. I mean, they were so joyous. And so I went home and I started writing this song about them, and I finished it, and I called up and I said, Faye, I've written a song in tribute to your relationship with your husband. I hope that's all right. And she said, well, it certainly can't harm the relationship. And then she said, everything only makes it better. So she got all dressed up and came down, they both did, to hear this song, and I played it for them and gave them a lyric sheet. They were very polite, but they didn't say too much. And about 5 minutes after they'd gone back up, they called me and they said, we just read the lyric. This is really good, but we couldn't hear when you were singing it. So that relieved me. I wasn't making too much noise, So this is for Faye and Art Tovum. The television looks like it's from the 50s. Except that there's a cable in the back. And he sits in his special chair, half awake and half aware that she is in the room somewhere. That is his pivotal fact. The photograph is clearly from the 30s, with smiling features of the bride and groom. My eyes pan from it to them. It looks like her, it looks like him, and the spark of love has not grown dim. It lights up the room. They're headed where the parallel lines will finally meet. He only sought to rule the world, to lay it at her feet. Over and over and over, she steals his heart. That is her art. Over and over and over, she chooses him, and they both win. When his knees are just not up to walking, she goes down the stairs to get the mail. And if I'm dressed in quick enough, I sometimes go and take it up, as if this long abiding love were my holy grail. Their bodies don't obey them in this inning of the game, and yet the look inside their eyes is constant and the same. Over and over and over, she steals his heart. That is her art. Over and over and over, she chooses him, and they both win. Thank you.
All right, Harriet. That was awesome. Thank you for such a wonderful video. Really enjoyed that.
Thank you. Thanks to Randy Tobin who recorded it.
Awesome. All right, we're going to bring you back on a little later. So now, next up, we got the lovely Steph Pappas here. Hey, Steph.
Hey, how's everybody doing out there?
That was an awesome video, by the way. Really enjoyed that.
I see the comments rolling in, but I'm not hooked up to write in yet, but I'll get back to everybody.
So, all right, Steph. So you're next up now in this lineup, and tell everybody a little bit about you and your music. I mean, you've been part of GoGirls for a very, very long time. So tell us a little bit about you.
All right. I got a 13-piece band, but the stages are often too small. So I do 7-piece and I do 3-piece, which is what you're going to see next is me and my trio format. And if I had to pick a word,
no, go ahead.
Music
No,
style.
this is awesome. So what word best describes GoGirls to you?
I was just getting to that, but I wanted to spit out that it's acid blues, rock, outlaw country. We're all over the place. And if I had to pick one word, I would say way cool.
You made way cool one word. I love that. So elaborate on this. Tell us how does that come to mind?
It's just such a great connection and meeting people. And it started online and then it went live and we would do gigs at festivals, and that was a good umbrella to getting into festivals. And it's some of the most fun I've had doing gigs.
Yeah, I mean, I'm wearing my Invasion of the Go-Girls t-shirt in honor because normally this month in March, we would be doing Invasion of the Go-Girls at South by Southwest. And this t-shirt's from 2006, we had so many great memories, and you were there with us, Steph, for one of those shows. And, Go-Girls has kind of taken a little back seat for a few years, but we've been kind of secretly doing this little meetup chat you've been a part of from day one, almost 2 years ago, where we all still stay in touch, still connect with each other. And we wanted to do something special. So I'm so glad you and everyone else is a part of this today, where we can just kick back, enjoy some of y'all's music, have y'all chat a little bit. Love all these comments that are coming up.
Yeah.
Here's Diane. Hey, Diane, one of our Go-Girls.
Right.
If you're not familiar with GoGirls, it's a community, an online community I started in 1996 as a way to promote, support, and empower indie artists. The only requirement is one female in a group. That's why you will see guys here. We're not against the guys. We just want to make sure we're helping women in music. So with at least one female in the group. And this has just been a fun way for us to showcase some of this talent so you guys can be a part of this and be like, wow, look at all this great music I'm discovering today. So Steph, we're going to play your song called Energy.
Yeah, and look in the middle somewhere and check out the throat singing that's happening, which is really what they use in metal music and also didgeridoo style and other kinds of, not as hard as metal, but it is throat singing in there. And then with my my drummer, who's been with me for a long time, Matthew Nurbach, and the guy standing in the corner, he's the DJ that was interviewing us. A lot of people are like, who's the guy tapping his finger in the corner when we were going through the videos? Yeah.
And this was recorded in a studio, right?
For a radio show. So
Yeah.
It's a live radio show. Tim's the DJ and we're being interviewed. And Ryan, the owner of the studio, Robot Dog, is in the back doing the engineering. And what's really weird, Madalyn, is that GoGirls started online, then we took it out live, and then we're back online, and you are the online specialist. So thank you for putting this together. And
thank you.
Well,
we've always been online because I've been doing digital marketing for 25 years. We're always going to be online, but yes, it was actually in 2000 we started doing live shows around the country. That's like a whole other story we'll talk about in the second hour because we can definitely share lots of fun things about that. All right, let's go ahead. Oh, look at this.
One more point.
Look at this. Sue Seymour says, I call it groove move. Ooh, I like that.
One more point is you'll notice it's acoustic instruments with Lauren Tyndall and Matthew Nurback, but we sound pretty electric, but we are using acoustic instruments. So rock on.
All right, rock on. Let's play it. Here we go.
Sometimes you got to play slowly to get the beat and the feeling. It comes out of the melody. There was a feeling. This song was reaching out for love. There were no takers or givers, only non-believers who want the love and hate. The truth at the gate.
We are Dan and Faith. This is called New Vision.
There we go. Okay. Sorry about that little, there's a lot of controls here to do. So I pressed something wrong. I love that song, Steph. I love that energy in the studio. That was super cool.
Thanks. And you got the Yard Stream with all the buttons there. You wanted Yard Stream. It has all those fun controls. And
StreamYard. You said it backwards. StreamYard. Yard Stream sounds kind of cool though, but yeah, StreamYard. There's a lot to control here and putting all these little video files in, but yeah, I just
awesome.
Something wrong. Yeah, thank you for sharing that song. We'll come back to you in the next round. We're just playing one from each artist and then coming back around. So we'll have you back in a little bit. We're going to bring up Dan and Faith. Hi,
Hello.
Dan and Faith.
Hey, Madalyn.
How are y'all doing?
Good. Doing great, and very psyched that this is finally happening. We've been talking about it for a long time now, and it's
yay.
We're very happy to be making it happen.
Yeah.
Me too. So tell everybody a little bit about you guys and your music.
Okay. Well, we write in a folk tradition, sort of. We're heavily influenced by folks like Pete Seeger, Peter, Paul and Mary, Simon and Garfunkel, because that's the music we grew up with.
John Denver, Kingston
Denver,
Trio, that kind of thing.
And harmony is something important to us. And we advertise ourselves as dream-inspired folk, and we got our start in songwriting, writing from the imagery in dreams. We also do a fair amount of writing from music prompts, song prompts, lyric ideas, and we're kind of multi-instrumentalists. Dan does guitar, banjo, harmonica. I play mandolin, ukulele, mountain dulcimer, and bass guitar. And Steph, I was really eyeing your bass player's bass. That's a very cool instrument. So yeah, that's us.
Awesome. Yep. So what word best describes Go Girls to you?
Definitely network. As Harriet had it right on. The variety in this group is amazing, and you'll really get a feel for that after listening to Steph when you hear us. But for us, it's network, and the fact that, before the COVID times, we were traveling around the country in our little camper van, and playing gigs around the country, and we've played gigs. We did a gig with Alex Winters down in Texas. We've played with Rory Kelly down in Long Island. Mary Bew out in Minneapolis. And when we go up to Burlington, Vermont, there's Steph. We've had folks playing with us down here in southern New England. And just the contacts that we've made through Go Girls are just so important to us.
Yeah. I love hearing that. I mean, that was why I started Go Girls Music, was just, the internet was so new in the 90s. I'm like, what an interesting way I could use this site to bring other musicians together outside of my local community. And that's what's been so great. And I love how, we go to the different conferences and events and always see each other. And I always make a point to bring us all together. We used to do the Go Girls chat, Twitter chat, when we'd all be together at conferences, or just get us all together to just hang out while we're all in a big event together. So
the
regular
weekly ones, the regular weekly chats that we've been having for the last year or two, we have that in our calendars. We're there every week.
You're there y'all are both there every week, and pretty much everyone that's here playing today. I mean, it's just something I missed. All of our connecting and networking together. So we're coming up on 2 years. This summer will be 2 years ago. Through the private Go Girls Facebook group, we've been just doing this little weekly live stream chat. Well, we're going to play your song now. It is called New Vision.
Yep. So this one came from a prompt. Prompt was the burden of organization. So see if you can figure that out from the song.
Awesome. Here is the song.
We are Dan and Faith. This is called New Vision. Cast aside your deepest fears, worries of your mind. The universe will reveal a path for you to find as we try to organize the burdens of our lives. Set aside the time to seek wisdom of the light. So laugh together every day, though there may be sorrow, only love will show the way to a bright tomorrow. Let go your cares and listen to the voices of the trees. Lift your arms like branches, reaching for a gentle breeze. When we build walls round ourselves, let them not become a prison. Open doors and windows wide, peace and joy
So laugh together every day. Though there may be sorrow, only love will show the way to a bright tomorrow. So laugh together every day. Though there may be sorrow, only love will show the way to a bright tomorrow.
Excellent song.
Yeah,
Love
and-
that.
Thank you.
And for Steve Bird, that is a mountain dulcimer that I was playing.
Such a cool instrument. I
It
love
is.
that.
And very unusual. You don't see a lot of that.
Love
One
that.
of our
But-
mentors is a master on that instrument and has been teaching Faith over
Yeah.
the years. So it's a sound I've always loved.
Yep.
Awesome. Well, thank you both for being here with us and just being awesome members of the Go Girls community. Love that so
We're loving
much.
it.
So we're gonna bring up our next. I'm gonna put y'all back down in the green room, and now we've got. There we are, Catherine. We got James Kennedy and Friends. Catherine with James Kennedy and Friends. Hello.
Hi.
Howdy.
First,
How
I
y'all
want
doing?
to
You're wearing a Go Girl shirt. I have one like that. I couldn't find it anywhere. I was so bummed. Look at you wearing your Go Girl shirt. This is our old, in honor of, calling this Invasion of the Go Girls, because normally that was our big South by Southwest showcase series. We did for 14 years. I dug up one of my old, this is a shirt on the backside. It says 2006. So yeah, really miss doing those shows. Awesome that you're wearing your Go Girls t-shirt. So tell everybody a little bit about you guys and your music.
Oh,
you.
well, we've been together with the same personnel for over 25 years, which is pretty unusual for musicians. But we just still do our whole contemporary thing and keep writing and keep developing the music, and hopefully we're going to do another project here soon.
Tell them the styles.
Oh, you tell them this stuff.
You tell them the styles. Your dreams.
Oh, all different kinds of styles: jazz, some country, some folk, contemporary, blues,
Classic rock.
classic rock. Yeah. So
We've never delved into hip hop and rap, but
yeah,
we do just about everything else.
Yeah, just about all. What would be a word that you would say describes Go Girls to you?
Well, this is tough. We've been through about 20 so far. And he says cosmic.
Ooh.
And I said neighbors. So we're cosmic neighbors.
Cosmic neighbors. I love that. Yeah, since there's two of you, you could have one for each.
We get two words, right?
I like that a lot. That is so cool. So how'd you come up with that?
Neighbors, like a neighborhood and a community.
Yeah.
I mean, we're all friends and we're musicians helping each other. And cosmic because it's just so cool. But also cosmic because like right now, cosmic, we reach through the internet and we're connected like that.
Awesome. Well, we're going to play one of your songs. It is called Eye of the Needle. So we're going to play that song right now. So here we go. Awesome song. Let me unmute you guys. Okay, you're unmuted. Awesome song. It looked like a beautiful day out there.
Yeah,
that's our lawn, and everybody got to see our trees that aren't there anymore.
Oh,
No, we had a derecho
Right.
last summer, and it took all the trees out. They're gone.
yeah.
But oh well.
Yeah, well, what a beautiful day it was to be outdoors enjoying great live music. That was really awesome. Thank you guys for being a part of this and sharing the music.
We try to do that every year. And,
It's our annual lawn party.
Right, because normally it's very cold where you're at in Iowa.
oh yeah.
Right now it is. Yeah, well, yeah.
Yeah,
But in July it gets nice and hot.
yeah, you can do all those outdoor gigs. That is so
Right.
cool. Well, thank you for being here and being a part of this. We're going to move on. We'll come back to you guys a little later for another awesome video.
Thank
So
you.
we'll have you back in a little bit. So now we're going to bring up Laura Payne. Hey, Laura.
Hey guys, how you doing? Happy Saturday.
So you have something cool around your neck. Show everybody what that is.
It's my Go Girls guitar pick necklace.
I have the guitar pick.
Yeah, it's like that.
I made those necklaces years ago. So yeah, I still, it says, Go Girls Music at Chicks Rock. So yeah, it's on my desk, and I forgot I made all those necklaces years ago. So that's so cool. Some of us with our shirts, and you got the necklace. I love it.
Rock on.
So tell everybody a little bit about yourself. I've known you for years. You've been a big part of Go Girls for a long time, being one of our chapter coordinators out in California there. But you're involved with a variety. You're not just like in one band. So can you tell everybody a little bit about yourself and your music?
Oh, sure. Yeah. So I've always loved music. I started playing classical guitar when I was a kid and went into rock bands as a teenager and then into my young adult life. And played jazz and stuff like that. I always try to stretch and learn new things. And I've kind of made my way back in the past few years back to classical and playing the upright bass and orchestra and symphony stuff. Nice challenge to play some of those pieces. So I just love to play. I love collaborating with musicians and making good sounds. So that's my whole goal in life, to keep doing it as long as I can.
Awesome. And Diane's asking us if we have Go Girls gear and shirts available. We used to have lots of stuff back in the day. I found an old box of t-shirts. Like, I've saved all these different Go Girls t-shirts from different things we've been a part of. Like, there was an old South by Southwest. Our very first South by Southwest was, I think, in 2000. either 1999 or 2000 at this little coffee shop in Austin called Gabby and Moe's, and it was so much fun. And I have a T-shirt from there where it has Go Girls on it. Pretty cool. Finding all this stuff. I don't actively have anything available at the moment, but now this year feels like the year to reboot Go Girls, so we'll probably come out with some gear and stuff. It's an excellent idea. I think you and I are getting everybody excited because I got the shirt on, you got the Go Girls necklace on. Everybody's like, ooh.
Hey, marketing and placement, it's all about.
Always. Hey, listen, I did the Go Girls bumper stickers gazillion years ago, and I just did it as something to pass out. I didn't think I know people like to put it on their guitar cases or their different music cases. Totally get it. I never in a million years thought anybody put it on their car bumper, right? I did on mine, but the first time I saw one on a car bumper, I was driving down the freeway here in Houston, and literally a truck drove past me with a Go Girls bumper sticker. My jaw just dropped. I'm like, what? Turned out it was a friend of mine, but I didn't know at the time that that's who that was. Then one time we're at Colorado in a little podunk town for this music conference called the South Park Music Conference. It wasn't South Park. It was some other little town. And I'm walking with some friends. We did a Go Girl show. We're walking. And there was a Jeep with a Go Girl sticker on it. And I'm like, whoa. So it's just, this is just a little this is the project of love I started 25 years ago. I mean, I never in a million years thought anybody would go or get a Go Girls tattoo. I've got multiple. This is one right here, our Go Girls. And I got them all over. I think there's 35 of us that have a Go Girls tattoo.
Right on.
So I feel like I could be a cult leader. I would never do that. But it's just funny. I did it because I wanted to do it. I just didn't think because I did it that anybody else would. So it really shows you the power of community. I think just when people come together for something that's really special to them, it's amazing. It's so amazing.
True.
So
it's true.
Love that. So give us a word that best describes Go Girls to you.
Ever since I got involved with Go Girls, the one word that always comes to mind is supported. I always felt supported by this organization, especially with Madalyn. She had a beautiful model on how to build out a chapter and bring people, female musicians, independent musicians together for meetups, for showcases, for open mics. And it was a model that was easily, easy to repeat and just build on the success of it. So I always felt supported, and all the people I ever worked with in the Go Girls Music Organization, fellow musicians, local and from afar, even in our chats recently, I just feel very supported. And I think it's a really cool thing to support each other in our endeavor to make music.
That's awesome. Well, that's what I've always been all about. There was a few other types of organizations that were similar to Go Girls. And I'm not one to compete with anybody. I think there's room for everybody. But there were some organizations where people come to me and say, they're not as inclusive as I thought they would be. They don't want the kind of style of music I play. And it's like, well, if you're going to be a community supporting musicians or specifically female musicians, in my eyes, you should include everybody. And if there's one female in the group, you get to be a part of it. And I even went a step further. I mean, early on, I had several trans women reach out to me and say, I came across this, and I think what you're doing is great. Can I be a part of it? I said, sure, of course. And we've had amazing artists come through Go Girls and be part of our networking and our showcases. And it's like, why exclude anybody? If somebody wants to be a part of a community, they should be a part of it. So that's just always been my way to do things. I'm not going to sit here and turn someone away. And it's not about what level of musicianship you're at. I'm all about beginners all the way to the people that have been playing music for decades. I just want to give opportunity to people that want to be heard. So I love that that's your word, and I really appreciate that so much.
Yeah, me too. Thank you.
So we're going to play this song. When you submitted this video, I was just wowed. This band is called the Resizters, and y'all have this song called A Change Is Gonna Come. Can you tell everybody a little bit about this? Because it is when I first listened to it and watched it, it was very powerful to me.
Yeah, it's a very powerful song. So just a little background, the Resizters did start out in 2017, after the first Women's March, we wanted to support the movement that we were seeing to protest against hate and racism and bigotry that we were seeing a rise in after the 2016 election. So we did protest song covers and did them in a way that was very heartfelt and meaningful for the organizations we worked with and for us as musicians. We were volunteers. And in this song, Change is Gonna Come, we recorded this 13 days after the George Floyd murder. And we were all feeling, the musicians in this band were feeling pretty upset by that whole thing. The whole world was really. So this song really hits home because of that event. And it's kind of, it's kind of interesting that we are playing it today, Madalyn, because 2 days ago, the U.S. House of Representatives passed the George Floyd Police Reform Act. Yeah. So it's very fitting we're playing that today. The song is about the hardships from racism by Sam Cooke, who wrote it, and the trials and tribulations he's faced. But he also ends it with hope, you know, and there's hope for the future, and that's what we wanted to get across. But when we recorded this, we were all very emotional, and you can feel it. Rosalind Hobson, the lead singer, you can feel every note.
Absolutely.
Valerie Hardy backing up those vocals beautifully. Mel Peters Paisley was our founder and put us together from the get-go and played the rhythm guitar. Jeff Musser, beautiful lead. Kent Graves on the bass, and me. Kent Graves on the drums, me on the bass. And when we have another musician that did the video, he sat in with us many times. Matt Stewart did a great job capturing the video. So there you go.
Very well done. So here is y'all's video for A Change Is Gonna Come. Here we go.
gotta stand up, we gotta take each other's hand, and we gotta see that a change has gotta come, 'cause it's been a long time coming. But I know a change gotta come. Oh, yes, it will. Yes, it will. Yes, it
Wow.
Yeah.
That song is so powerful.
Yeah, it hits you right here.
Every time I watch it, yes. Every time
I think
watch
half of us were crying after we played that recording.
I'm not surprised at all. Oh my gosh, look at these comments coming in. Diane saying singing tears. Yeah, gosh.
Yeah.
And here's another comment. That is a very moving song. And what I love about that video, Laura, is how y'all do that cool effect, for almost the entire video is super cool. And at the very end, it slowly fades into just regular. You can see everybody more clearly and in color, and is really moving.
Yeah, that was our founder and rhythm guitarist magic work with the production. She did that, and we were like, wow, that's so cool. She's really good at that stuff. So
that is so awesome. All righty. Well, thanks for sharing this beautiful song with us, and we'll bring you back up in just a little bit for the next one. So now I'm bringing Joan Meyer, Jessie Rae. Am I supposed to say Joan, or do I say I'm not even sure. You'll have to wait. Let me unmute you. Oh wait, you're muted, so you need to unmute yourself.
The artist name is Jessie Rae, but my name is Joan.
Gotcha.
Yeah, so Jessie is my grandmother's first name, and Rae is my sister's middle name. So.
Oh, cool.
Yeah.
I love that. Well, thank you for joining us and being a part of our inaugural live stream show for 2021, and I'm sure we'll do many more of these. So tell everybody a little bit about you and your music.
Okay. So I'm from Portland, and I lived in Eugene in the 80s, and there I was in an all-woman band called Resizters, and there were some really super great songwriters in that band, and so that's where I was inspired to start trying to write songs on my own, but I never finished them. So when I ended up coming back, then I met Lauren when we worked in the woods together when we were in a co-op called Hodads, when we were planting trees and doing stand exams and climbing trees for cones and that kind of thing. But Lauren would get a pig nose and take his guitar and play his guitar out in the woods, and the drummer, Jeff, he would play out there. And so eventually we ended up moving to Portland, and Jeff and Lauren were still playing in the basement, and there I was working for a music distribution company. I was working really hard at this company, and there they were still playing, and I had all these unfinished songs. So I thought, I'm gonna get these songs done and work with these guys, and let's get a thing going. So then that's how, back in 1998, we started Jessie Rae, and so we've played as a 7-piece band, and now we're just playing as a duo. But I guess last year we only played a couple gigs last year, but we lost 20 gigs. But we mostly are playing. We're playing farmers markets and Saturday markets and fairs and festivals and that kind of thing. But the music of Jessie Rae has been described as roots pop with a blues edge, and then you helped define us as cool, funky folk music, which I appreciate and really love and use that. So thank you.
Back in our review days, we used to review music.
I love that.
Well, cool. Yeah. I'm so glad that you like that. So what is one word that describes GoGirls to you?
Well, I'd like to say, can we use hashtag "'cause chicks rock!" exclamation point?
Of course. I mean, that's been our tagline. It's always been GoGirls Music, promoting women in music as our tagline. But then I always would throw in "'cause chicks rock," because I just thought, chicks do rock, and why not shout it out to the world. So yes,
Yeah.
that's a good one.
And
I like
and
that.
connection's a good thing because and I like that as female focused, or at least one person, because it's the empowerment of that and honoring that. So I like that too. And I appreciate all the sharing of resources and your support in helping us stay together and keep it together.
Absolutely, especially in these tough times we're in. I mean, I restarted our weekly chat within the Go Girls community almost 2 years ago. It'll be 2 years this summer. But once the pandemic hit, it seemed like we really needed this more than ever as a way to at least have all of us come together, and you all can, not feel so alone when you're not able to go out and gig and talk to others in the community that are going through the same exact thing.
Yeah.
So it's been super helpful. So we're going to play your song called Blue Armor.
Mm-hmm.
And this is from a live performance. You want to tell us anything about that before I play it?
This song is played outside at Mosier Farmers Market. It's in the Columbia Gorge. It's like an hour away from Portland, east. Blue Armor is about it was inspired by a drive I went to. I was going to a workshop for songwriting, and this woman's house had blue lights all around her porch, and I'm like, well, this is how I'll know where this house is at, by the blue lights. But then it's like, I'll leave the blue light on so you can find me. So then the rest of the song became more like spiritual, about running from the thicket of my own inner demons and deciding to turn and face them, and then trusting my own path while I try to do some good. All the while I'm protected in a coat of blue armor. So, which is, I guess, the lights on Juliet's porch. But this is at Mosier Farmers Market, and it was very windy, and there was a fire nearby. There's a fire truck beyond, but it was very windy that day too.
Yeah, so we're going to play this video, Blue Armor. Here we go. I gotta mute my mic. Awesome. I realize sometimes I'm not hit. There's so many things to do when you're hosting. I love how I'm gonna put it back up. I love how Diane said, "Love the reggae vibe." I
Yeah.
do too. I mean, I'm just like jamming and yeah,
Thanks.
great song.
Thank you.
So awesome. Well, thank you for being part of this and doing this with us. That was such a great song. So we got through the first hour and everybody had a chance to play their first song. This is so awesome. So now for hour number 2, we're going to start over and play one more song from everybody in the same order. So Joan, we'll bring you back up in just a little bit. So we're going to bring Harriet back. Let me unmute you. Oh no, you got to unmute yourself. And there we go. Hey, Harriet.
Hey.
So, wow, we got through that first hour.
That was awesome. Yeah.
Woo, that's some great music. Man,
Uh-huh.
this was such a neat idea for doing this. I just, it's interesting for those watching, like, why aren't they performing live? It's like, well, we've had quite a few discussions about how we wanted to do this. And we were like trying to figure out, like, how should we best do this? And there are plenty of musicians that are not very techy, and it's stressful putting all that stress to perform live on platforms like this. And I thought, why don't we just do videos? I mean, Harry, you have wonderful videos. Diane says hi, by the way.
I saw that.
I love how y'all have these great videos. It's like, this is a fun way to do it. Low stress. Let's just play some videos and have y'all talk about them and talk about your music. So this is like super cool. What do you think?
I do. I really do. I was lucky that I performed live at a recording studio where he was videoing. So I have 3 videos from Randy Tobin when he did that at Theta Sound Studios. So I'm lucky I had them, but we can do it live eventually, but good heavens, let's start somehow.
Exactly. That was really my thought, was like, let's just dive in head first. Let's do something, because something's always better than nothing. Just like
Yeah.
my tattoo, just do it. I'm very big on that. Let's just do it and we'll figure it out as we go. So I do look forward to like having y'all perform live. But for some people, it's a little bit more challenging than others. Like, you know, if you're performing with us live, you gotta have things plugged in and get the sound just right and want it to sound good over an internet connection. There's a lot to that.
Yeah.
But we'll make it work.
That's right.
So we're going to play another video from you. This video is You Are.
Thank you.
So is there anything, or you're going to intro in the video itself, right?
I do intro it in the video, but this song was an important song to me, and so I put it on 3 different CDs.
Awesome.
But no one can ever remember the name. Thanks for mentioning it. It's called You Are.
Absolutely. So we're going to play this song. I know you have to run in just a little bit. So later when I bring everybody on at the end to chat a little bit, you won't be here with us, but you'll be with us in spirit for sure.
I will. Thank you.
So I'm going to go and thank you now. Thank you for being a part of this with us, Harriet, because this has just been super wonderful as our first inaugural live stream of 2021. So, all right, here we go with Harriet's song.
One time when we were in the studio with Nick Vinay, who used to produce me, he said a rather profound thing. He said, everybody sings, everybody writes, not everybody tells the truth, and it's the truth that touches people. So I thought I was telling the truth in my songs, but I realized there was another layer underneath, and that underneath the anger, which I had done wonders for my career, but not too well for my personal life, there was really another layer of fear and vulnerability and love. And so on the occasion of the first argument in a new relationship, when I couldn't reach him on the phone because he wasn't picking up and I knew he was there, I took that window and wrote this song, and I'm really glad I did. And the lesson is, write the song during the window, because if he'd answered the phone, I wouldn't have written this song. You know what I mean? So this is my last song, and thank you so much for being here. I just really love this. If we're gonna be children for the rest of our lives, why then pretend to be husbands and wives? And if we're gonna be blinded by the tiniest light, why not admit that we prefer the night? Do we take out our toy swords and guns, put out the white flag and run? You are my harbor, my knight in shining armor. And I wonder sometimes if you know all you are. You are the air, this drowning fool's last prayer. And tonight I would kill to be where you are. If we're gonna stay hungry for the rest of this meal, I will confess at least how hungry I feel. And if there's anyone listening while this tree tries to fall, please make a note, it was my heart that made this call. Sometimes the demons take charge, deal everyone the wrong cards. You are my harbor, my knight in shining armor. And I wonder sometimes if you know all you are. You are the air, this drowning fool's last prayer. And tonight I would kill to be where you are. Thank you very much.
Love that. One more. Guys, we got through our first hour, and if you're just joining us, I'm Madalyn Sklar. People call me the fearless leader of GoGirlsMusic.com because chicks rock. It's an organization I started in 1996 as a way to promote, support, and empower female musicians. The only requirement is at least one female in a group. So you're going to see guys. There's nothing wrong with that. Hold on, Andrea left a nice little comment here. This is my favorite Harriet Schock song. Oh, it is a great song by Harriet Schock for sure. Wow. We're so lucky to have her as part of our awesome community. She's written some amazing songs, been doing this a very long time, somebody that we all look up to. Anyway, Go Girls has been a little quiet for several years, and we've been doing a little bit of, I don't want to say sneakiness because I don't think that's the right word, but we still have an active private Facebook group for our members from years back. And even though we technically shut the doors in 2017, we still have this community. We still get on Facebook and chat. And I wanted to keep things going, even though I didn't really have the time to put a whole lot of effort into rebooting the community at that point. So we've been having a weekly, every Monday, we have a live stream in our private Facebook group with some of our past members. It's open to any of our members that are a part of our private Facebook group. That was for the membership side of our community over the years. And we just been talking for quite some time about having some kind of live stream show. We're calling it Invasion of the Go-Girls because we used to do that at South by Southwest every year, largest music conference in the country, and just thought it'd be fun to reboot it in this way, Invasion of the Go-Girls live stream. So we're gonna, we started back up with Harriet. She was our first artist at the beginning of this. So now we're in round 2. So I'm gonna bring up Steph Pappas. Hey, Steph.
Woohoo.
Welcome back for
All
round
right.
2. So we're going to play, what we're going to do in this second hour is we're going to play one more song from each artist. And then we're going to bring everybody on at the end. So we're not going to do a whole lot of talking in this part. We're just going to say hi to the artists again, play their song, let them tell us about the song real quick. And then we're all going to come back on at the end and just have a little chit chat about the music business. And you know, lots been going on with these artists since the pandemic. So stuff you probably want to learn more about and how you can support these artists. So Steph, we're going to play a really cool video from you. It's a live performance. The video is called Your Cowboy. I love that. It's one of my favorite songs that you do. But it's such an interesting video, and I'm not going to give it all away, but you know, people see something kind of happens in the middle of it. I'll tell the story afterwards, because after people see it, because the shirt I'm wearing, Invasion of the Go-Girls, one of the artists, it's on the back of the t-shirt, EJ Lab. We had the exact same thing happen at the Go-Girls show. So I can totally relate, and we'll talk about it on the other side. So let's go ahead and play the song, Your Cowboy. Hope you all like it. Well, this is called the Who's Your Cowboy tour. And this is called Your Cowboy. Song we actually know. Well, at least the song I know. Let me hear ya! I'll be the prettiest cowboy you ever did see. I'll be the most smartest cowboy there ever could be. Yeah. I'll do anything better the cowboy could do. I'll be a real cowboy. I'll be with you. I'll be your cowboy. I'll be your cowboy. I'll be the prettiest cowboy you ever see. I'll be the most smartest cowboy I love that. I
Thank
love
you.
that. That is how you do a show. You just keep on going. I love how, let me put this back up what Diane said, when she says, keep it going. Yeehaw, cowboy. Love that. That's so reminiscent of this shirt I'm wearing, 2006, Invasion of the Go-Girls, South by Southwest Austin, Texas. We're at Trophies. It was like this divey, rock club that we always did our nighttime shows at. And we had this amazing performer, EJ Lab. It was kind of like a rock, pop, hip hop group out of Boston. And they were amazing, electrifying. And halfway through one of their songs, blew a fuse, I guess, at the club, and everything died. And the place was packed. I mean, we had Sarah Bettens, who was the singer of Case Choice. We had EJ Lab, who brought a whole bunch of people from Boston with them. But all these, Bonterra, who's huge in Austin, all these big names. And so it was packed. And the singer was not going to let us. She just did like what you did. She just started just belting it out and kept everybody fired up. And she even went to a rendition of that song, Jump. I remember we're all doing Jump, Jump. It was so much fun. So, you just got to make it work. So, and you've got your fan club here, man, all these comments popping up while you were on. I know there's a little bit of a delay, but it's not that much of a delay. So, all these comments just popping up for you. So, great energy on stage. Love that song. And
thank you.
Love how you handled it. You handled it like a pro.
It was really a fun time. And the sound woman didn't even realize that the plug was pulled. It's the second show I've played in my career so far that the plug was actually pulled. That's what I'm sticking to, that story. And it's pretty funny how that happens. And the sound woman didn't really know what went on. I walked over and kind of said, if you notice at the beginning of the song, I'm kind of looking around. I'm watching people walk around to the extension cord, and I'm like, what are they all doing back there? Plus, I'm trying to learn my band's song, because these guys I don't usually play with except for Josh on the bass. He's a SPE member. He's in my band. And so I'm like, what the heck's going on? First, I got to get my people in order, get the song down. We usually do all impromptu, and you know that about me, and a lot of people on this feed right here know that about me. That was an actual song, though. So I wanted to get the drums right, and so I'm kind of slowing down. And as I'm looking at the drummer, I see the extension cord come out of the wall, and it's like, oh, this is good. And I know why. That's another story. But so I kind of had to get out to the sound woman and tell her, go plug it in. But it's really fun. So between showing the band what song, how to play it, because they've never played it before. These guys were just sitting in with me. Sometimes Alex is on congos with me sometimes, and in and out. Long story short, we got the plug running back in, and the rest of the set was good.
But Diane was asking, was it pulled on purpose?
My story, and I'm sticking to it, is yes.
Wow.
I could see it happening.
And Jessica says, very cool. You kept on rolling. That is what every artist should just keep going. As my tattoo says, just do it. Don't stop. Find a way to be in that moment and embrace it. I think that's the way to go. So you handled that very well. Thank you. And here's another comment. Boy, these comments just keep on coming. Truly entertaining right there. Yes.
Thank you. Nice.
Yeah, these comments just roll for you. This is great.
Nice to see folks come. Thank you so much for showing up.
Absolutely. I mean, all your friends, this is so nice. So thank you all. All right, so we're going to go bring Dan and Faith. We'll have you back on in just a little bit, Steph. So I'm going to move you down, bring Dan and Faith back up. Hello, guys.
Hello.
Good to see you again.
That was great.
And we've also been in the situation where we blew a fuse in the middle of a show, and basically you stepped down off the stage up to the front of the audience and kept going.
Wow.
Yeah.
Yep. I'm sure just about every artist has a story like that. At least with Steph's band, she had the didgeridoo and the harmonica, those project enough. And
if she had all electric instruments, it would have been a really short
would have been an issue. Yeah, for sure. Yeah. So we're going to play another song from you. This is called Walk with the Wind. Anything you want to tell us about that? Yeah, let me say a little
bit about it. So I wrote this as a tribute to John Lewis. John Lewis was a congressman from Atlanta. He also marched with Martin Luther King. He was a freedom rider, and he was nearly beaten to death on the Edmund Pettus Bridge, marching to Selma. He died last summer, and the New York Times published an essay that he wrote himself with the request that he made that it be published on the day of his funeral. And so many of the words in this song are from his essay that was published the day of his funeral.
Wow.
He was a great man.
Yeah.
Awesome. Well, we're going to play this song right now. So this is Walk with the Wind.
Walk with the wind, John Lewis said, walk where others fear to tread. Change is coming day by day. Find good trouble, walk with the wind. Follow your heart, stand up for your beliefs. Fear is a prison until you start to speak. It's time for us to march and have our say, with love in our hearts, leading the way. Walk with the wind, John Lewis said, walk where others fear to tread. Change is coming day by day. Find good trouble, walk with the wind. He has no place, no matter the price. Stand and be counted, though there be sacrifice. In the darkest hours of the longest night, raise your voice, march to the light. Walk with the wind, John Lewis said, walk where others fear to tread. Change is coming day by day. Find good trouble, walk with the wind. Now he's marching with Martin and Gandhi too, with all of the heroes who showed us the truth. They all got in trouble, good trouble I'm sure. The train of change is coming, climb aboard. In the city and the country, young and old are rising, black and white and brown joining hands. Raising our voices, we start to sing. Bells chime, freedom rings. Walk with the wind, John Lewis said, walk where others fear to tread. Change is coming day by day. Find good trouble, walk with the wind. Walk with the wind, John Lewis said, walk where others fear to tread. Change is coming day by day. Find good trouble, walk with the wind. Find good trouble, walk with the wind.
Wow.
Someday that will be a sing-along when we have live audiences in front of us.
Yes, for sure. That is such a great song. Thank you for sharing that with us in here. Awesome. So we'll see y'all back in just a little bit. I'm going to bring up Catherine and James, and be sure to unmute yourself because you're muted at the moment. Oh, there you are. Hello.
Hi there.
So we're going to play a song from you. I'm just going to cue it up real quick here. And this one is just the two of you together. So James and Catherine, Lover's Waltz. Anything you want to tell us about it before we start?
It's a tune that was written by Jay Unger and Molly Manson, I think her last name is. I'm not sure. He's a rather famous fiddle player.
No relation to Charles.
No. And we recorded this actually on Valentine's Day of this year.
Nice. Awesome. Well, let's play this song. Here we go.
And oh wait.
Love that. Thank y'all for sharing that song with us. Short and sweet, but beautiful.
I apologize. His fretting hand wasn't visible. I didn't realize it until after I'd already edited out the video. Someone pointed out to me, you can't see his fretting hand.
It's still great though. It's a great song. Thank y'all for sharing that. So we're going to play a few more songs and we'll come back and have y'all back on at the end. So next up, I'm bringing Laura Payne back in. Hello, Laura.
Hello.
Hello. So we have a really interesting song from you. This is from a symphony orchestra that you performed in. So can you tell everybody a little bit, I'm going to cue it up real quick, but can you tell everybody a little bit about this and how you're involved with them?
Yeah, so this is the Palomar Symphony Orchestra in San Diego. They represent the North County of San Diego. It's a community volunteer orchestra. It does have a college professor as the instructor and conductor, who's also female, Dr. Ellen Weller. She's amazing. And you don't see many female conductors out there in the classical world, even to this day. So she brings a lot of passion and energy and knowledge to this orchestra. We learned a lot about the era in which the music is written. And so we put this together last fall as part of our semester project. It was a Focus on Baroque series that was live streamed from the Palomar College. And it also included dance and fashion from those days too. So they kind of bring it all together. But yeah, this was the first time because of COVID that this orchestra did things online. You know, it was always a live audience. So it was really fun to do. We recorded using BandLab. And we recorded ourselves on video in little boxes in our personal spaces, and they put it all together and it came out pretty well. So we were really proud of the project. We're doing more this semester too, but I just want to say support your community orchestras. Most of those are running off very little funding. They're all volunteer musicians. And they put a lot of heart and soul in the music, and it's really fun. So definitely, when you can, support these folks. All musicians, especially during the COVID, are having a hard time.
For sure. Now, this song is called Water Music, and when people are watching, what box should they look for to see where you're at?
You look for me to the right and at the bottom of the conductor on the screen.
Cool. All right. So this is Water Music. Here we go.
Thank you.
That was well done.
Thank you. Yeah.
Love that. That was super cool.
It was.
Super cool. Thank you for sharing that with us, because it's a little different than the videos we've been showing today, but love that. Love that. So cool. And it's something you're a part of. So
Yeah, totally. Bringing a bunch of musicians together to make one big sound is kind of amazing, you know?
it really is. And in this pandemic, it's been so cool seeing videos like that where they take everybody just records in their home and somebody edits it all together and makes something really special. So yeah, you feel like you're, getting to watch a really interesting live performance from a symphony.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Can't wait till we get back to live.
Absolutely. Danielle says that was amazing.
Thank
And
you.
shout out to Danielle. Danielle's the one that designed the cool little graphic at the bottom that says Live with Go Girls Music. It came out
Very
really
cool.
Love it. Love it. All right, we'll bring you back in just a moment here. Next up, we're going to bring Joan back. Hello, Joan.
Hi.
So we're going to close this off with one more video, and then we'll have a little group chat at the end here. So you have a song for us called "Is This It?" Anything you want to tell us about that before we play it?
Sure. It's played at the Oregon City Farmers Market, and mainly it's just about just seeing how far your money will go, how hard you work, and how far what you can show for it, which is not as much as how hard you work.
Right.
But I'm mostly distracted by watching a spider weave its web like from one side of the stage to the other. It's like goes from a mic stand to the iPad to the speaker, from one side to the other. So anyway, I'm like almost like saying, "Hey, Lauren, look!" It's like. So anyway, that was kind of fun. That's
Cool.
all I've got.
All right. Well, we're going to play the song "Is This It?" Here we go. Uh-oh. Wrong one. Here we go.
I take a bus to get around.
Okay, I just watched a spider with his web from over there, across there, over on my iPad, over onto this speaker, onto that cord, over onto that pole over there. That's amazing.
I'm gonna bring everybody back up. Let's bring the whole gang in. Everybody unmute yourself.
Hey.
Wow. That was so
good job,
cool.
everybody.
Yeah. Talking about the spider. It was so cool.
Yeah.
Did you catch what I was writing? I was saying that happened to me at a show too. So we wrote a song called The Spider Killer.
Oh, really? Oh,
I think it lived. Somebody picked it up and put it outside, I think. But you watch the whole thing while you're playing it. It's like I'm pointing, and the crowd's like looking. You were watching yours make a whole web. Like
yeah. That was so quick.
Could have used the spider at a few shows where we were being eaten alive by mosquitoes. So that was pretty awesome.
Nothing like playing it.
Great.
I say nothing like playing a song, and it's like it was one show we did where the black flies were out. The black flies were crawling in my ears while I'm trying to play. And it's like, fun. What do you do?
Yeah.
The things that happen to musicians when we're performing is insane sometimes.
Yep.
We did a wedding once, and we went to the rehearsal like the night before, and it was an outdoor wedding in kind of a back foresty like area. And the guy told us, "Don't worry, we're gonna bug bomb this before the ceremony." But I thought it was a good idea to put some off all over anyway, just because I'm normally a mosquito target.
Yep.
And so I had off all of like bug spray all over me, except for my eyes. I didn't want to put it on my eyes, right, and have it in my eyes, right? So that's where I got the mosquito bites, was on my eyes.
Oh no.
And I had my hands were both full. So there was nothing I could do to like click them away or anything. I'm just sitting there trying to blink hard and
Yep. And this, ladies and gentlemen, is the kind of stuff that we talk about in our weekly things.
I was just going to say that. This is exactly what our little weekly, because we're live streaming in StreamYard like this, is pushing out to our private Facebook group, and this is exactly what it's like. And it's so cool. I was going to say that. You beat me to it, babe.
Yep.
But I thought since, we have a little bit of time until the top of the hour, and this just zipped through really great. And it was so easy. I mean, I'm the one that made a few little minor errors, but,
it did great.
A lot of tapping and clicking and stuff. But for the most part, it worked out really well. Love all the comments. Love that. That's been great.
Yeah. Cool.
But I thought it'd be interesting just to have a little powwow here at the end and talk about, because a lot of people tuning in, especially if they're just music fans and not necessarily musicians, they might not really understand the gravity of what this pandemic has done. I mean, you all are traveling, gigging, musicians. Like, how has this impacted, what's gone on in the past, year?
We lost 20 gigs in 2019, so it was, and I miss gigging
2020?
and being out. Yeah, 2020, sorry.
This is a year to the day for me, just about my last show, March 7th. And so this is like a celebration for me that you all were into doing this. It's like a whole year, no gigs, and it feels a little weird.
Yeah.
It's been painful, actually. I thrive on playing live shows. And
it keeps your chops up and stuff too.
Take it for granted.
We had just put out a brand new CD the beginning of 2020.
Yes.
We made it to number 7 on the folk DJ radio charts in January of 2020. We had a whole tour lined up to be able to bring it across the country. All of it went out the window.
Gosh.
Wow.
Yeah.
Yep.
So, yeah.
Hey, and I got really, really excited because yesterday we booked 2 gigs.
Wow. That's awesome.
2.
Are they outdoor? Are they outdoor gigs?
No, they're indoor at a bar. And let me tell the story, because it's kind of, if it's safe to do it, we're going to play in August and in October. And we had scheduled 4 gigs at at the venue last year and didn't play a single one of them, right? And I thought, there's no way this guy is ever going to touch us, because we canceled all of these gigs, right?
Yeah.
And
that wasn't our fault.
right, it wasn't our fault, but still, everybody knows how gig owners, venue owners can be, right? And and he got a hold of us and said, "Hey, when can you play? Choose a couple dates." And I'm like, oh,
Nice.
Nice.
So he sought you out.
Shot yesterday, so I'm good to go. She
Right.
got her first one today, so
Congrats.
Beautiful. Glad to hear
It
it.
still means be careful, though, everybody who's out there listening. It still means you got to wear a mask, and
That's right.
and I don't know how long it lasts.
I don't know.
I don't know. The very
We won't know for a while.
Hopefully through till October.
Lots of nice shout outs. Thank you, Dorothy. Appreciate the shout outs. Everybody's enjoying the show. I think we'll have to keep doing these.
How effective this will be with the variants. So we'll see.
Yeah.
So yeah, I'd ask until we can get back to live, join these online events and support your musicians locally and nationally. Your favorite people, they need your love and to keep going. So yeah, definitely join online when you can and help them out.
And
And
check
a
out
lot
people
of
you've
it-
never heard of. So there's a lot of great musicians out there, and deserving of a few minutes of your time. So.
Yeah. And ask friends for recommendation. Ask your favorite musicians for recommendation. Heaven knows we know some wonderful people.
Take advantage of the pandemic to find out people from out of your area that you wouldn't necessarily ever get to see. I mean, I would never ever get to see Dan and Faith perform live, or Laura, or any of a ton of people, but during the pandemic, you can sit there and watch them and show them some love.
The thing that we forget too is that even though it affects us as musicians, it affects all of the sound people, theater people. Everybody is affected by this.
Yeah.
Just if you're doing something like that, that's the way it is. And they say, well, maybe by Christmas. That's a long time for everybody. So
it is.
And it's affecting, what's that?
Go ahead, Steph. Sorry.
And it's affecting the people who are watching us here. I mean, we don't get to hear the tray drop on the floor, or the glasses clang, or the people going, yole, 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 yole.
Right.
The clapping.
Or the swearing, the gear doesn't work right.
But yeah, to James' point about the crews, they're hurting too. I think there's a nonprofit started by Live Nation called Crew Nation, where you can donate to those folks and help them out too.
That's a great idea.
Yeah,
I know Melissa Etheridge started, I think it was a GoFundMe for her crew, and I donated to that because you just don't think about how many people this affects. But you do check your favorite indie artists, because a lot of them are live streaming like this, and they'll typically put up a link to their PayPal, their Venmo, Cash App, so that way you can donate as if you were at a show and tipping them, but you can tip them electronically. And I've done that for several artists just to help them out through this tough time. So there's so many things you can do to support indie artists.
Yeah, friends of ours have been doing a live show every Sunday afternoon. This week is their 52nd show. They've been doing this for exactly a year.
Wow.
Yep.
Yeah.
Wow. And who would have thought that a whole year's gone by and we're still at this place? So,
yep.
Yeah. For sure.
Yeah, a cellist I know started late last year a weekly stand outside if it's safe for you to do so with your instrument or your voice, and play or improvise in a key, the selected key every week at 5 o'clock Pacific time. And it's just a way for musicians to all get together from different parts of the country, the world, you name it, all play in the same key. Wouldn't it be something to hear another musician down the block doing the same thing?
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah,
I think today's key is A flat or G sharp major.
Cool.
You pick.
We've been hosting a sort of semi-weekly midweek song swap where we get together with one other act and just swap songs for an hour, like we're hanging out in our friend's living room, and we just happen to broadcast it out onto Facebook and YouTube so that other people can sit in. But it lets us hang out with friends who are someplace else in the country or even in the world.
Yeah,
and it's been great.
I just somebody we met last week or week before at Folk Alliance, which was all online. A woman from up in Nova Scotia. Love her music, and she'll be joining us in May for a show.
Yeah, so we're going international.
Yeah.
Yay.
Cool.
Yeah.
And so it lets us, get to hear more music from friends and, introduce somebody who other folks might not have heard, our audience might not have heard, introduce this other person to our crowd and vice versa.
Yeah.
And that's been a real plus. So it's been a real sweet spot.
It's kept us sane.
Yeah.
I noticed, Dan and Faith, you guys have these sets of look-alike shirts.
Yes.
Yeah. Thank you to the Vermont Flannel Company. They are our winter uniform.
Yeah. So we have four. They're actually we have 4 different patterns. We each have matching ones in all of them. So it's
in the summer you'll see us in matching red polo shirts. So
You do it with socks.
no. Not
I just
accident,
want to
not
say
on purpose.
some of the folks that are writing in here, please be well and take care.
Amen.
Yes.
Hey, Kip, how you doing, Kip?
And real quick, I want to make sure everybody knows how to find you guys online. So I'll name off each one and y'all just tell us like .com and any other, that you can just say out loud that people can go check you out. So Joan, let's start with you first. How can people find you online if they want to learn more about you?
JessieRae.com. JessieRae.com.
Awesome. And Catherine and James?
JamesKennedyGuitar.com or Facebook James Kennedy GTR.
Cool. Laura?
Unmute. Yes, the Resizters. Facebook is most up to date, so I'd say go there. It's the Resizters, spelled Resizters. You can find us there. Palomar Symphony Orchestra is as it sounds. Palomar, Palomar Symphony Orchestra. You'll find it online at the website, or the Facebook page is most up to date. Thank you.
Are y'all going to do more videos like that with the orchestra? Is that the plan?
Yeah, that's exactly. We're going to do some more this semester, probably in the next couple of months. We'll have another video.
Nice.
Yeah.
Cool. Dan and Faith?
You'll find us at www.danandfaith.com, all spelled out one word. And from there, you'll find links to our Facebook, our Twitter, our Instagram, our YouTube,
yeah.
all of that. And please stop by our YouTube page and subscribe, because we're trying to get youtube.com/danandfaith.
Yeah, you got to have 100 subscribers. Yes.
Yeah, we're almost
Yeah,
we're close.
I worked that one to get the 100 so I could have Jessie Rae music.
Yeah.
We're almost there.
Yeah.
And how many do you need to actually start getting paid by YouTube? Is it 1,000?
A million.
We're not even worried about that.
Yeah,
You
I'm
know
not
the
even
name.
It's crazy because the videos go up in numbers, and then people are like, did you take down my video? Because they're all like, I didn't put nothing up, other people do, and I'm fine with it. And all of a sudden they ask me, did you take the video down? And the video disappears. It's had 2,000 hits. Next thing I know, it's gone. And then it has to start the numbers all over again. So there's some funny business going on.
Yeah.
My .com is StephPappas.com. That's how you spell my name there. Just StephPappas.com. A lot of P's in it, like in pie.
P isn't that.
Also on
Awesome.
Reverb Nation, and hit me up on Facebook, folks.
Will do.
Yep. This was so much fun. It didn't
thank
seem
you.
like 2 hours, did it? It just,
No,
it was
not
just,
really.
this was a fun way to do this. So what do y'all think? Do y'all think like next time we should venture into y'all playing live? Or do you like the idea of doing the videos?
Let's have a rehearsal on a Monday night sometime. It's rehearsal.
And see how it goes.
And
See how
yeah.
We're good.
good for the
either way.
switching. Yeah.
Yeah.
See how the sound comes out now that we bought some like little new toys that you can put into your USB.
Yep, for sure. But this was a fun way to kick it off and do our first big live stream of the new year. So this is fun.
And huge thanks to everyone who tuned in and everyone who will be tuning in going forward, and the
Hi,
comments
David.
that you've been putting in. Thank
Hey,
you,
Glow.
everyone.
Yeah, those watching the replay, for sure.
Thank you, Madalyn.
Well, thanks, everybody. This has been so much fun. I'm glad we finally did it. Thank you for everybody tuning in. All those great comments and all the love and support of what we're doing here at GoGirls Music. So thank you so much.
Hey,
and,
Michelle, Donna
we'll
Marie.
do it again soon. Are you looking on Facebook at the comments?
Yeah.
Oh, that's funny.
And thank you so much, Madalyn, for making.
Yeah, thank you, Madalyn. Really appreciate it.
Absolutely. This is what I love doing. It's my passion. It's giving you guys the mic and letting y'all shine. So anytime I can do that, I'm all about it. So we'll do some more stuff like this. So follow Go Girls on Facebook and or YouTube, because this is where we'll be doing these is through the live. So thank you all so much. We'll see y'all soon. And this, you guys right here, I'll see y'all Monday for our next little get together chat, our weekly chat.
Because
everybody, because chicks rock.
Because chicks rock.
Yeah. All right.
Bye.
Thanks for watching, everybody.